Men in polygyny have to have a certain amount of privacy. Women do too. We know that we do. But this ain't a competition over who gets more rights or who rights are better or whose pain is more intolerable. Assalamu alaikum, peace. It's Fatimah, Coach Fatimah, 1/3 of Outstanding Personal Relationships and co-author of the book, Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored. Now, in this video, you guys know how we do. I want to talk about prying in polygyny and boundaries. This is directed toward the wives that are sharing the same husband. I'm bringing this video up because I've seen the violence that people, wives, project onto one another and on themselves when they pry in the business of their husband that doesn't pertain to them. What does that mean? Sneaking around looking at your co-wife's Facebook and you don't have a relationship with her. If you have a relationship with her, you're prying, seeing what they're doing, how they're doing it, when they're doing it. Let's say it's an anniversary trip. Let's say it's a birthday gift. Let's say it's whatever might make you upset upon seeing it. A lot of being in polygyny is that people who don't understand it get upset, they get triggered by it because you're seeing one man and multiple women. I don't care if it's 2, 3, or 4. It is very upsetting to the societal norms of it all. Let's just call it what it is. Because they're conditioned to believe there's just one and one. Look at numbers. That's all I have to say about that. Look at the number and the ratio between men and women. You know, the haters will be saying, well, it's between a man and a woman. And I'm Muslim. I'm a practicing Muslim. It's allowed. It's allowed in our culture. It's part of our culture. But that does not mean it is always something easy to transition into. And part of having ease is making it easy on yourself. When a man has another wife and we're in his Facebook and watching and on his private IG or whatever, and we have to be mindful of what we post. They have to be mindful of what we post, of what they post as men. You know, if he knows both wives are following his social media accounts, he probably wouldn't be in some lip lock with one wife and then the other one sees it. You know, there's a lot of self-awareness that has to be practiced from every angle. And part of being nosy, look, snooping in people's private affairs, especially for us as Muslims, you're not allowed to do that. So prying into things. Well, why did you go to the store? What did you buy? When did she wear it? What? And all these other extra questions, this roving, investigative reporting and acting like a detective. You are hurting yourself because if you're looking for something that could get him in trouble, you're committing a violent act upon yourself because then you open a space where you have to deal with that now, where you can't unsee it now, where you don't have the tools to control your anger upon seeing something that you shouldn't have been looking at in the first place. Give you an example. Just want to give you all a heads up on my group coaching. I'm so excited about it. So many of you have asked about it. And if you're on a wait list, make sure that you sign up to be on my wait list for group coaching by visiting coachfatimah.com to register for that. It's so exciting. I have so many different things to share with you all. If you want to level up and meet the champion within, please join and become a part of the wait list. I'll see you guys soon. Assalamu alaikum. Peace. This one sister I knew a long time ago, her husband entered into polygyny within, I think, the month after my husband did or before. It was really weird because the two men didn't talk about it and they were very close friends. And we, as wives, once we started talking about it, and I was shocked because I felt like her husband was that guy that would never do it. That just goes to show you my assumption was all the way wrong and jacked up, and I had him messed up, and so did she. Really great guy. And she saw that his laptop was open, had an email on there. She read the entirety of the email that his other wife sent for specificity. I don't think I made that part clear. And then she called me up and she was upset. This is pre-Coach Fatimah. And I'm like, why did you do that? She's like, well, it was there. I said, yeah, but you hurt yourself because you read it. And within it, he's saying, and his other wife is saying, I love you, I miss you, I da 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 da. You know, it wasn't anything that was detailed. It wasn't anything that was inappropriate conversation for a man and his wife to have. It wasn't sexual in nature is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Okay. Get there, Fatimah. Okay. Anywho. And I told her, I said, well, that was your fault because you had no business reading it. And the thing is, if he hadn't had another wife, she wouldn't have read his emails. I said, that's your fault. That loved her to death. She was a sister of mine. You know, our relationship drifted apart because I found out some things that she thought, and what it came down to is she was upset that we all were doing well together and it was cohesive, it was cordial. And I was invited to something and she barely spoke to me, and I spoke to a mutual friend of ours about it. I said, it's just so uncomfortable and so tense here. And she looked at me, my friend, the mutual friend, and she said, Fatimah, don't you understand that every time she sees you, you're a constant reminder of her husband getting married again because your husband did it. And you know me, I was like, well, that ain't my fault. So, you know, don't take that out on me. Take it out on my good sir, but not me. And I didn't think of it that way till she said it. And I said, well, honey, I'm not going to not go to parties I've been invited to, boo-boo. I'm going to go to the ones I've been invited to. I don't go to the ones I haven't been because I don't go where I'm not wanted. That's just part of me being an ENFP child. I'm not doing that because that's violent. That's another thing. I don't go around people that, you know, all jokes aside, I don't go around people with negative energy and if I do, I will physically leave the chat. After I get them together, I'll leave the chat. Now, if the heat is in the room, they know who they were before they stepped in there. So if it's my co-wife showing up at an event, or us both showing up at an event, me showing up at an event, and people get triggered by that, that's a them thing. Part of it is conditioning. Part of it is I get along with her. Part of it is we have love for each other. Part of it is she's a friend of mine. Part of it is we're supporting our husband in building this family and not breaking it apart. That's a lot of moving parts. But some people can't deal with our happiness. That's all right. But part of the reason we're happy is because we stay out of each other's business. And that's where we be saying, mind your marriage. Because that's important. Because when I'm in my lane, right, and I'm not veering into other people's traffic, I'm definitely not hitting on incoming traffic either. I'm not going to cause the accident. I'm not going to cause the wreck. I'm not going to cause the oil spill. I'm not going to cause the car to flip over 17 times. I'm not doing that because this family matters to me, because I love them. So snooping in his email and let me see your phone and unlock it, and I need to have my fingerprint associated with his phone. I need to have my fingerprint associated with his phone when he's not available to get in it, and when I have specific instructions to do so from him. Because his life outside of me is in there and it ain't got nothing to do with me. So men in polygyny have to have a certain amount of privacy. Women do too. We know that we do. But this ain't a competition over who gets more rights or who rights are better or whose pain is more intolerable. This is not what this video is about. It's about staying out of the husband's business when it is his Facebook, when it is a private matter between him and his wife. She needs to do the same thing, no matter the sequence. Everybody needs to respect the boundaries of the husband and not ask these machine gun questions and have an interrogation of, what are you doing? When did you do it? How did you do it? Well, how come? And why did she say that? He has to have some self-control too and not share and overshare. If my co-wife is sick, I will ask him specifically, is she better? And he'll say, yes, alhamdulillah, she's feeling better. If I don't want to disturb her, because I ask her myself. But I don't pry. Well, how did her, and why is this her? And what is she going to do now? What are you going to do now? How come she feels better? Did you make her feel better? I don't do that, child. I ain't got time for that. And I'm not going to make time for that. It's not my business. And it's not her business to ask a bunch of questions about me and push and push and push and pry and pry and pry. See, nosiness equals noise. Nosiness equals interference. It messes with your frequency. It messes with the success of your marriage. Because when you got to think, when am I willing to stop asking questions that don't have anything to do with me? When am I going to stop looking in his things? Because it happens. And then we cry and go, well, I didn't know they went to Lake Tahoe. You wouldn't have known it if you hadn't been all up in his phone and in his laptop and trying to get in his emails and looking at stuff you ain't got no business looking at. That is for the women that do it. Don't be violent upon your relationship or yourself by being nosy and trying to be a private detective. If I got to clock Coach Nazir like that, this marriage would have crashed and burned a long time ago. I ain't never looked in his phone without his permission. I ain't never tried. I ain't never felt the need. Because if he got something to say, he need to say that. He grown. And if he doesn't have anything to say, it'll come to the surface. Just like with me. I don't have to, you want to look at my phone? Cool. He know ain't nobody in there but me and him and our family. But his phone is different than mine. Because he's married to two women. And I'll say it for the people that thought I said something else. Because he's married to two women, his privacy is set up different than mine is. Different. I don't want total access to him like that. I don't want that. I'm just saying. So if your feelings get hurt, ask yourself, are you the one handing yourself the knife? Ask it. Now, with that being said, just have some self-control, y'all. It's not always easy, but it's always helpful to the relationship. Because we got to reach a point where we're like, I trust this man, because when you're looking and you're searching, it's like trying to find him and catch him into something and see if he's doing something wrong. It's not an attractive attribute, I'll tell you that. I like my little mental martini shaken and not stirred. I like to be calm. I like to be a calm, peaceful me. And I can't be that if I'm so invested in his business, if I'm trying to be a private detective in every little thing that he does and how he does it and where he does it. No, because I'm planning and putting plays together to have a good relationship. So I ain't got time to be over there checking and balancing his. I pray for them. I make dua for them. But I ain't got time to pry in the relationship. I'm not that nosy. So I hope you guys got some gems. For those of you that are new, welcome. And please follow us on our social medias. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, and share this video, because sharing is caring. Hit that notification bell if you want to be alerted to when we do upload other videos. Check out all of our videos. Don't just watch mine. Don't just watch Coach Nyla's. Just watch Coach Nazir's. Watch everybody's video, because there's so many answers in there. We need to get different perspectives of what's going on in the world of initial wives, subsequent wives, and the husband in the middle. Now, If you want to follow us on IG, make sure you guys go over to our page at Outstanding Relationships, and on YouTube and Facebook, we're Outstanding Personal Relationships. And if you're interested in any of our services, please visit outstandingpersonalrelationships.com/store for more details, because we offer coaching and counseling as well. Now, I will see you guys in the next one, but before that, I'm going to leave you with a little GLC. Make sure you're growing intentionally, loving fearlessly, and connecting on a higher level every single day. I will see you guys in the next one. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.
Here are 3 ways Outstanding Personal Relationships can help you.
Make sure you guys are following us on our social medias at Outstanding Personal Relationships on YouTube and Facebook, and on IG at Outstanding Relationships, and also Clubhouse under our names.
And make sure you go to outstandingpersonalrelationships.com and sign up for our email list. And there you will get updates on our new book, Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored.
Absolutely. And last but not least, when it comes to coaching or counseling, if you want to work with us one-on-one or in group settings, make sure you're on that website and reach out to us, because we do have very limited spots, and we usually have a wait list. So with that being said, GLC.
Make sure you are growing intentionally,
loving fearlessly,
and connecting on a higher level every single day. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.
Peace.